Hello. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here. I had a pretty good day today. I was hanging out with some of my friends. But like one of my friends, she's all upset. Men keep losing interest in her. She doesn't really understand what's going on. I'm like, girl, you gotta do what I do, right? Gotta play hard to get rid of, you know? Gotta take a stand. Get a gun, right? Nah, dating's weird. I actually used to date this guy, and like he'd always want me to send him vagina pics. So that's sort of like a dick pic, but for vaginas. And I was like, oh no, I don't think we do that. Like, what? You want me to send you like a close-up of my vagina? Like my vagina looks like somebody ran over a shawarma, okay? I'm not sending that to you. But I was like, okay, see if I can get a good one. So I'm like squatting around my apartment, trying to find good lighting. Actually, ladies, turns out, best lighting for a vagina pic, no lighting. Okay, you just turn the lights off, you step away from the phone, okay? You don't do that to yourself. Because there's a reason why you guys take the reins on that shit, you know? You just have so much artistic freedom. You can play with shadowing. Do different angles, you can hang stuff off it. Like, I don't know. You guys can get creative, okay? I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. It's like, oh, maybe if I move this fold over to this side. Maybe if I squish it together, it'll look cuter. Like, no, okay? That's why we have dick pics and vagina paintings, okay? We both have our mediums. But I will be honest with you guys, I am actually in a new relationship. Things are going pretty good. I feel like I'm in love for the first time. It's pretty crazy. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. I needed that. I worked hard for this, you know. But it's crazy because I'm thinking about all this crazy shit that I've never really thought about before. All of a sudden I'm thinking about kids and thinking about marriage, right? I'm thinking like if I do ever get married, like what kind of wife would I be, right? Like would I be a cool wife? Like I was thinking if my husband ever asked me if he could have a man cave. Like, I don't know. I think I'd be okay with it, right? As long as I obviously get a lady cave, right? Which is just a separate apartment with a different person. Are you fucking kidding me? No, you don't get a goddamn man cave. Oh my God. You want a man cave? You can go dig one up yourself in the backyard. I'll fucking bury you in it. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to be a cool wife. But it is weird because like I don't even really like kids that much. It's not something I've ever thought about. And now all of a sudden it's all I'm thinking about. I was on the subway recently, and I see this young dad. He's sharing an ice cream cone with like his little daughter thing or whatever. And I got extremely aroused by the whole situation, okay? It was insane. I felt my vagina move. It was crazy. Like you could have cleaned a golf club down there. I was ready to go. I was ready to go. And that's weird, the first time that happens to you, right? Getting turned on by a baby. Like, that's a new thing. Can you imagine if a dude got, like, a public erection watching a mom and her daughter? Like, he'd be in the news. Like, I don't know how the fuck I'm getting away with it. This is how I know my baby fever is really getting out of hand. My boyfriend was going down on me recently, and all I could think, I was like, kind of looks like I'm birthing him. And then he kind of made his way up here, and I was like, oh my God, he's latching. It's adorable, you know? I do have a really good group of girlfriends. There's 4 of us. We hang out all the time. But, like, we hang out way too much, okay? We hang out way too fucking much. We hang out so much, that thing actually started to happen to us. We actually started to sync up our depression, so, no. No, I love my friends, but, okay, one of my friends is, like, even more of a millennial than the rest of us. Like, I didn't even think that was possible. It's insane. Like, she's one of these girls who can't just accept. She's just a straight, white, boring girl. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't even have red hair. She doesn't understand adversity at all. But she wants to, okay? She wants to be oppressed. So she'll make sure to start every sentence. Well, actually, as a queer woman, I said, shut the fuck up, Angela, okay? Like, you ate a pussy in college, okay? You're not Chaz Bono, right? Like, you've really been riding on this one experience for a long time. You have a boyfriend. Let's move on. And then I'm sitting there drinking a Diet Coke, and she's like, do you know how many chemicals are in that Diet Coke? You're going to get breast cancer one day. I was like, Angela, we snorted cocaine off a toilet seat last night. I don't know what you want from me. You know? But I will say I do agree with a lot of what she says. I do consider myself pretty PC, right, politically correct. Like, obviously, I understand you can't go around calling people like faggots and retards. I get that, okay? That's offensive, okay? But then, on the other hand, we as a society are just totally on board calling people on life support vegetables. Like, that's just, like, very normalized, right? We're just like, oh, she's a vegetable now. Like, what? That is messed up, okay? That is wrong. Vegetables are healthy. It doesn't make any sense. I think compost would be more of an appropriate. I like you guys. But I do, I have a lot of fun coming up here making fun of millennials because I am one, right? And as a white woman, I mean, I really don't have a whole lot to work with up here. So, right about what you know. But there is something that frustrates me. That I see floating around the internet is this idea that the millennials are part of the hookup culture, right? So that means that because we have Tinder, like social media, that we're sluttier, right? Like we're not going to have that same sort of appreciation for lasting relationships, like our parents' generation that are all divorced. You know, it's like we're not going to have that. It's so sad. I'm like, okay, no, my mom didn't have a cell phone. Okay, maybe she didn't have Facebook. But, like, she fucked everyone, okay? Like, I don't understand. Like, let's not get that twisted, right? If anything, she didn't need that third-party app to get the job done, you know? She did that all on her own. I think that's way sluttier. My mom was an interesting lady. So she had something called fibromyalgia. So if you don't know what that is, it's an excuse to have Oxycontin for breakfast. So, yeah. No, it wasn't too bad. Then after a while, she just sort of became like the family pharmacist, which was kind of fun. I remember one time I was like 10, and I'm like, Mom, I can't sleep. And she's like, why don't you just pop a little Ativan? Let them melt on your tongue and you out like a light. I slept for 3 days, okay? It was fucked up. I was 10. I remember one time my dad was just having like routine dad back pain, right? I don't know. They all got it, right? I don't know. She gives him a Percocet, sends him on his way to work. He didn't even make it to the end of the driveway, okay? He had a seizure immediately. And like, I will never forget my mom just standing at the top of the driveway, just like, oh my God, I married a fucking pussy. You know? But she did go through this really weird religious phase when we were kids that like nobody was on board with, you know? But she tried so hard to recruit me. I remember her sitting me down, I'm like 12, and she's like, you know what, Rachelle? I just want you to know that God's always there, okay? God's always listening to you. Even when you think he's not there, he's there. And I was like, okay, shit. Because this sounds bad because I was so young, but like, I was already having a pretty intense sexual relationship with one of my decorative pillows upstairs, and didn't know I had an audience, okay? Didn't know I had a bit of a peeping Tom, right? I mean, at that point, I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. Sort of aimlessly dry humping shit around the house when no one was home, right? You know how it was. You remember the good old days, right? Oh my God. It wasn't until years later, oh my God, I was having sex with this gorgeous armchair. And he was a real bad boy, guys. Or lazy boy, I can't remember. But I ended up having my first orgasm. Do you remember your first orgasm? Yeah, you do. Because that shit's insane. Are you kidding? The first time that happens to you, I was like, what the fucking shit? I'm like, what the fuck just happened to me? I'm like, can everyone do this? Am I the chosen one? That's when I started believing in God. Okay. That was the day. But, you know, I think back to that time in my life, that, like, awkward pubescent phase, and it was the worst. Okay, it was the fucking worst. And I hate it when I hear people say that boys have it worse hitting puberty. Right? Like, I see where they're coming from, because boys hitting puberty, like, you just see it, and it's disgusting. Like, I feel like if I ever have a son from the ages of, like, 12 to 17, like, Mommy's going on a business trip, you know? Like, you're disgusting. But ladies, you know it's just as shitty for us, right? I feel like for girls, it's shittier behind closed doors, right? Like, understand that there was a time in my life where I put a tampon in my asshole, okay? Because I thought it was my vagina, okay? Understand that there was a day in 2006 where I had family dinner with a tampon in my asshole because I couldn't find my own pussy. You guys have been so much fun. Thank you so much.